Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Homestead Dreaming. This morning, it's Saturday morning. It's lovely. Very humid, very hot. We've got a lot of stuff that's ready to be harvested, so I thought I'd bring you along and go on a little harvesting spree together. So we've got a lot of peppers, a few eggplants, and a few tomatoes ready to go, and we're gonna start with the peppers. So the first peppers that we're going to start harvesting from are the Murasaki purple peppers. They are prolifically covered in little purple peppers, and we're going to be harvesting all the ones that are ready to be roasted, and we'll probably be roasting them sometime this afternoon or tomorrow. So these Murasaki purple peppers are from Japan. They're pretty rare on this side of the world, but in the prefecture that they're from, they're actually really popular and sought after because they are a striking color and they're actually really delicious roasted. There's a wasp flying around, booping around. I am going to give this little baby a wide berth. I was stung about a week ago, and it was not fun at all. So it looks like I got the majority of the fully formed long ones off of this one. There's a few that are kind of in between that I'm going to leave on there and wait for them to grow a little bit longer. And there's another one right over here that I'm going to harvest more off of. This plant alone gave me 1, 2, 3, so off of this pepper plant alone, I got 20 peppers in my basket. So let's move on to the next one and see how many more I can get. And there's a few more back here in the back, but I think I'm going to leave them for now. They're still a little smaller. I'll see if they grow a little bit bigger. This one, I'll take this one. All right. And then this little guy, looks like it's got one pepper that's almost ready. So we'll leave this one be. This next pepper plant in the back here, it's a Lout Shower paprika pepper. I'm not going to harvest any of the peppers off of this one until they start turning bright red. Those are particularly just for paprika seasoning for me. That's the only reason why I'm growing them, so I want them to be bright red and ripe when I put them in the dehydrator for spices. This one is an Ajvarsky roasting pepper, and well, it is also covered in really big peppers. I prefer them when they're red, so I'm going to wait for those to ripen as well. Let's move a little farther down and see what else we can find. So I have a shishito pepper back here that isn't quite ready to harvest from, but I do have a yellow Hungarian wax pepper right here, and it's ripening to the color of the Sugar Rush peach. So I am going to have to find a way to separate those two, so I know which ones are spicier and which ones are milder. So I'll start with the Hungarian yellow wax peppers and then work my way around to the Sugar Rush peach. We'll let these other two continue. So here we have an orange bell pepper, and we've got a few on them, but none of them are quite ready yet. Definitely want to get them orange before we pick them. Here's another shishito, and there's only 2 on them right now. They're really light color. I'm going to wait for them to develop a little bit more. And here we have our Sugar Rush peach pepper, the only one that's ripe. So when I can't remember later, the Sugar Rush peach is peach on the bottom, and the yellow Hungarian wax was peach on the top. So that's how I'll differentiate them later on. We got some Anaheim peppers that are starting to get really big. Let's get some of those in. All right, we got ourselves 4 Anaheim peppers. These are black Hungarian peppers, and I'm gonna wait until they start turning red to harvest them. There's a bunch all over here, but I prefer them red. But it does look like we have some jalapenos that are ready to go. All right, we're gonna let some of the other ones get a little bit bigger, and I do like some red jalapenos, so we're just gonna take these 3 for now and call it a day. So these last couple pepper plants are lout shower paprikas. They're still all green, and we have a few cayennes that don't have a whole lot going on yet, so we're done with the peppers. We got a good harvest of Murasaki purples. We got some really good Anaheim peppers. We got a couple of jalapenos. We got a couple of yellow Hungarian wax, and some cayennes, a black Hungarian, and a Sugar Rush peach. All right, let's move on to tomatoes and eggplants. The tomatoes are going to be super easy to do. There's a few that are ready and a few that are blushing that I probably should have picked already. And then we'll go for the eggplants. We've got some Kellogg's breakfast tomatoes, thorn burrs, terracotta. We have some Brandywine black tomatoes here, as well as one black from Tula. I'm going to wait a little bit longer to harvest the Black Beauty eggplants, but I am going to go ahead and harvest the Antigua eggplant as well as the frog egg eggplants. These yellow ones that you can see among all of the purple ones, those are actually overripe. I waited a little bit too long to harvest these ones. They should still be edible, but the flavor won't be quite as flavorful, and I have to cook them right away, otherwise they won't last long enough to be eaten. I'd say this is a pretty decent harvest, wouldn't you? And I accidentally unplugged my microphone from the camera here, so I don't have any sound. However, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today to harvest my garden. I had a great time harvesting and sharing everything that I've gotten today.
So thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.